Wow. Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. There's a small pause because I hit record, and then Jose Rivera Valentin donated 2 spots on the wall because he wants Legacy and Legacy's Nana. Does she have a name? To be on the wall. Y'all, this takes precedent over saying greetings, YouTube. We're just gonna say Nana right now. Betty! Yeah, Betty's a great name. I feel like I don't meet too many younger Bettys. It's almost like a name from past eras, even though the Flintstones might want to have something to say to me. Although the Flintstones is pretty dang old, too. With all due respect. Okay, so I have not tested out relics yet. You can see that I have Hulk, not Winter Soldier. I don't know why I switched that. Hulk to Immortal Abomination and Wolverine to Omega Red. I also have the top 2 difficulties already explored this month. I've got Cavalier explored as of today and uncollected. So in terms of the top points I have remaining to clear for Event Quest completion, of which I still have 4,000 left to get the final milestone, I need to go to the Master level of our beloved final chapter. And it says, any champions with a bound relic entering the quest will have their relic locked until you either finish or quit the quest. Alright, don't show me that again, but let's get into it. Kickrocks, what fight frustrated you? I might be able to help you out. Give you some tips. Internet phrases. Israel's also here and says, my grandma was Betty. Oh. Was she a great grandma? Literally. I'm sure she was. Using strikers. Y'all, this is like a tutorial for level 1 of a video game. Every champion with a relic bound to it brings a striker into the fight. Once the striker button reaches full charge, tap it, internet phrases, to unleash your striker upon the opponent. Alright, well, let's start with... let's start with the Immortal Abomination. Mama's working the lot again. Mama, that can mean so much. Alright, so you can see in the left, there's this new striker circle. Which, the only problem is, when you have Immortal Abomination, they melt too fast, especially on Master Mode. Jackson says, it also looks like most relics' sig ability makes them Miles better. Not to be confused with Miles Morales better, right? Alright, you can also see that if somebody has a relic attached to them, their name's in yellow. It's like it's literally radioactive. That's fascinating. Alright, well, this might help because of the, well, I guess maybe not. Yeah, just melts them too fast. First world problem. Grass says he likes the yellow names. Well, then you must be like a fan of Coldplay. Everything must be yellow. You know, I feel as though we're going to need to really test this. But I don't know. I don't want to do the classic test. Screw it. We will. We will. We will have to do it. Grass says he's excited for 5- and 6-star relics, not these useless ones. Can somebody explain to me how a Thronebreaker relic crystal doesn't have 6 stars, even though it's a progression level above Cavalier crystals, which have always had 6 stars? Does that make sense to anybody? Am I just being Mr. Negative once again? Wouldn't be the first time. You know, it's taking a very long time to build up that. I do feel like some of you are agreeing with me, which is quite surprising. I just don't get it. I mean, I'm not trying to be overly critical. I just literally don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Don't call it Thronebreaker. Call it a Grand Master relic and just say 3 to 5 star. We have a historical precedent for this. We've seen it for years and years and years in the game. But don't call it something that it's not It's like if your mom's like, we've got a special treat today. We're going on a special field trip. There's going to be a great treat. And you're like, am I going to Toys R Us? Am I going to, I don't know, the county fair? Maybe I should give an example of something that wasn't from the 1990s. And then you realize that your mom is taking you on a special trip. It's a trip to get your hepatitis shot. And if you're wondering, wow, that's really a random example, that's a real life memory from my life. And let me tell you, the needle was not the only thing that stung. Oh, good times. Darren, we couldn't afford Blockbuster. We couldn't even afford Legos, which are technically blocks that busted something. All right, let's finish off this fight. Maybe we can use a relic for the first time against Atuma. I find this guy to be so random and generic. I think Shuri looks like a pretty dang good defender, especially if what I experienced in Cavalier of Inquest is anything close to how she is normally. But this guy seems like a rock version of Karnak. Even his special one, it's kind of like Karnak's special one. Anybody else think about that? All right, well, we completed Master difficulty for the first time. What an honor. All right, let's just do the Realm of Legends. Well, Jackson, if 5-star relics are extremely rare, then what are we going to call 6-star relics, given that they technically exist in the game, at least posted with crystals, even if nobody's seen them yet, and maybe won't be for quite some time. 6-star relics are going to be what I think a lot of people wail out over, because that could be the difference between ending Battlegrounds fights early and not, and that's going to be where Kabam makes the money. All right, let's just do this. All right, we're finally going to test it out. I feel like we're going to test it out and do all that work only to be like, oh wow, that's amazing. Taco Claus says 6-star relics are a pipe dream. You know, Tony Hawk's a big fan of half-pipe dreams. So, there's that. Blackbeard, I'm in the middle of a fight, but sure, eventually I can check line. Hey, we're finally getting to boost this up. For some reason, I thought I remember, and maybe it was because it wasn't a 4-star or 3-star, but I remember it being able to activate a lot sooner. Like, to hit a special 3 before you activate a relic seems really annoying to me. Okay, now the symbol's activated. So we're going to do a little combo. And Wolverine stuns him. I think once you get to 5 stars and 6 stars, it'll do some good damage. But right now, it just kind of reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom visually. And I'd say that's cool, but I don't know. It has literally no effect on my morale playing this game. Grass wants to know what the Wolverine relic does. Dana, also thank you for dropping the knowledge. Relic info. Gain a rejuvenate buff, increasing regeneration rate by 1.2% for 7 seconds. 1.2%. What is that, like 3 regen? Game changer. Look, I know Kabam's trying to use this concept. I'm sure in Battlegrounds it's going to be important. But my first response is if I never used it again, I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't even remember that it was a thing. Because I haven't thought about strikers in months, and I haven't missed those. Maybe I'm being too negative, but I'm just being honest. Also, don't call it Throne Breakers. Call it Grandmasters if it's just 3 to 5 stars. And if it's just 3 to 5 stars, give Throne Breaker and Wallet Breaker players those crystals for less than 250 units. Are you freaking kidding me?